We keep showing after pictures, and Umar was like, "You don't got no before pictures. You never wanted to do before pictures." And I found it. I remember this before picture because I remember how bad it looked. I was like, I gotta like narrow the camera down so you can't see how bad it was. When I look at the transition between then and now, and then what happened emotionally between then and now, this highlights a statement I make a lot of times to people when they're dealing with turmoil and people in their life that's causing all this chaos. And I tell them your anger gonna wear down. In general, like your anger gonna wear down. And when you calm down, you got to have your boundaries ready. Because how many people, especially the ones who was causing turmoil, saw how bad it was at this state, right? But I couldn't see how bad it was. I knew it was bad enough to where I didn't want to get joned out on the internet. But I was like, it's all right, it's cool. We got a house, this and that, whoop, whoop. But it was that bad. And it was a reflection of what the heck was going on. Let me tell you something. Yeah, this is going to be a long one. After like almost 20 years in, I was sick of the hair industry. I was sick of it. It was not what I expected, which is what a lot of people go through when they go into an industry wide-eyed and, big heart open, like, yeah, this going to be this. And it wasn't that. But I was still sticking to it out of, I'm just having my loyalty to the industry. But it was like total turmoil. Like the whole life was just total turmoil. No matter how much peace I was trying to get, it was total turmoil. And I don't care how many assalamu alaikum I'm saying to people. It was total turmoil. So one day I'm watching this chick. And the only reason why I'm watching this chick is because I incorporated with the homeschool lessons with my youngest child. He's still in school. And I saw something about, is the hair industry or being in the hair industry haram?
Sarah says, is it permissible to become a professional makeup and hairstyle artist and open a women's salon where you have to do eyebrows, hair extensions, and post these pictures on the website for marketing?
And this chick explained what's haram and what's not. And long story short, I found out everything, just about 95% of everything I was doing was haram. And I made the conscious decision to close the salon, to retire. Before that happened, I started weeding out slowly what I thought was haram, when I researched it, like, different things that I found out was haram in the beauty industry that causes curses. For example, waxing eyebrows, that's one thing. And I remember as I got close to closing the salon, I remember I had a client was like saying something like, are you serious? Like, why would you do, And I said, good and well, because I confided in my clients, asking for advice. Like they was just as much a therapist as I was to them. Like we all asking each other for advice, specific, like my real loyal clients. And one client was like, why are you doing this? And this don't make no sense, trying to say it nicely. And I said, good and well, all the stuff I done said to you about all these court cases, all this turmoil between me and certain members of my family. When you look at me, my life look cursed. You know it. You can't tell me you don't look at my life and see the curse and the turmoil all in it. Like every time they came back for their 2-week appointment, I'm like, dang, I don't know what to do. This was going on. Woo, woo, woo. It just didn't make no sense. And it wasn't one particular person. It was a lot of different characters in my life that was just like, it was just totally out of control. It was Mufti Mink. He said something like, you praying for more money. Did you ever realize you probably ain't getting more money? Because, sorry, the dog, the source of income is haram. And I had to start investigating and it was accurate. So by the time I learned that, did I want more money or was I overspending, and went through and going through all the budgets and cut everything in half, everything we were spending total. And then within a year, probably less than 6 months of me closing the shop, Allah blessed my husband with a job to where he was making more than both of us were combined when I was working. And I'm like, the break I needed. I did not know I was in that much turmoil. And then I'm looking at how we work together to where it's like a healing of the family. And then all of us working together to how you see the before and after of the yard. That's a perfect example. And the same within the house where I started like staging the house and making it, more pretty and decorative and, having it spotless and this and that. And then the communication in regards to the budget and how do you even get to that point. Alhamdulillah. And I periodically do like food delivery, grocery delivery, when I want a little spending change, a little extra stuff. And I would see people's yards. And I'm looking at the yard like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking beautiful. Not like jealousy or envious, but it's like I'm trying to figure out like why my yard don't look like that. And then I started being able to, like a puzzle, put the yard together and found an enjoyment in landscaping. And even though I'm sweating for 2 and 3 hours outside, it's actually a workout I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And it's intertwined with the whole weight loss journey but all that to say, that's what I saw when I was looking at this yard. So when I used to do house calls and I would go to people's houses and their house would be not so neat. I knew that they was going through turmoil. But the fascinating part is, even though I was looking at my yard coming home like this, I didn't connect the dots and understanding. It was a reflection. Even though the inside clean, the outside was just like, what the heck is that? It was a reflection of what I was going through. And I remember saying to somebody one day when it was like, they can't see the house, it's nasty. We were talking about somebody else. And I was like, you can't see it. Like when you're in it, like something's a little off. It's like, oh, it's just a little messy, but you can't see it. And then all of a sudden, it's like a veil was lifted off my eyes. And I am not exaggerating. When I closed that shop, and it's people call me to this day, you sure you still want to retire? You sure you don't miss it? I do not. I had no idea what the heck I was missing. Like I actually was horrified when I'm literally telling myself, like, why are you closing this shop? This is crazy, for the sake of Allah. And it sounds insane, just like I probably look insane to people walking around with a niqab on my face, you know what I'm saying? Or in 100-degree weather, fully covered. But it's like, do you know what it is to wake up in turmoil? To wake up in it, and then you don't know how to get rid of it, and the whole society convince you just need more money. You need to aim to be a millionaire when it's only a certain group of people who's supposed to be a millionaire, and even they're not happy. You know what I mean? And not to say I wasn't happy per se, but it's just like, what the heck is this turmoil? I just want to get these thoughts out. I was looking at the yard, and I'm like, wow, this is so beautiful. With my husband, he did the grass, and then I did like the decor of the yard. It was like a team effort. But just looking at just 2022 and this 2025,